In addition, I do work on the boards of some production and R&D companies in the building materials industry. Today, I'm going to be talking about Turkey construction materials industry during COVID-19 pandemic, and I'm going to be giving some foresights for post-COVID-19. My outline will be Turkey's COVID-19 cases in the beginning and now, and I'm going to be talking about the importance of Istanbul for industry and for materials industry. Some indexes of building materials industry in Turkey during pandemic, and concluding remarks and post-COVID-19 foresight. This figure shows the number of COVID-19 patients in Turkey with time. Looking at this chart, we can say that the outbreak in Turkey has two critical points. The first of these is between March and May. The second is after October. Between these two critical periods, the pandemic remained at a steady rate. We will discuss the effects of these two periods in the next slides. The information of the slide is published every day by the Republic of Turkey Ministry of Health. For example, November 16 was taken from the report that shows the distribution of patients in Turkey. We can say that the number of patients in Istanbul on the mentioned day is 26% of the number of patients in the whole country. This rate reached up 65% in March-May period. Why Istanbul is important for industry? Istanbul is the center of economy in Turkey. Many production facilities are located in and around Istanbul. The structure of Istanbul causes easy spread of the virus. During the initial period of pandemic, people movement to the other cities from Istanbul was restricted. Although the movement of the goods were free, construction industry requires site visits and surveillance during application of the materials. Especially technical teams of the producers was not able to visit the construction site. Moreover, construction sites stopped the work to prevent the spread of the virus. Some of the construction sites decreased the number of workers. This caused the increase of timelines of the constructions. Due to these limitations in construction business, construction professionals started to discuss future of the industry. This slide shows the ready-mix concrete index. Values show the increase to previous years, the same month as percentage to the February value. This chart has been prepared on the basis of Turkey Ready-Mix Concrete Association data. The values in the chart prepared as 100% for the period before pandemic, namely February, refer to the same month of the previous year. For the months of March and April, the chart, which is expected to be upward, moved downwards due to the pandemic. It can even be said that the values in these months are negative. The index, which reached its maximum value in June, still continues to decline. However, it is above last year's values. From this slide on, we are going to be talking about the indexes for materials used in building industry in Turkey. Turkey Building Materials Manufacturers Association data have been used for these slides and figures. What are those indexes? We can classify those indexes in two main groups. The first is primary index, which is called combined index. This index shows the combination of activity, trust, and expectations measured in the construction materials industry. Secondary indexes are indexes such building materials activity index, building materials trust index, building materials expectations index. To explain secondary indexes, building materials activity index is the index that reveals the level of activities carried out in the construction materials industry. Building materials trust index is the index that reveals the confidence level of companies operating the construction materials industry towards the economy and the sector. Building materials expectations index, the level of expectations regarding the level of activities in the construction materials industry in next 3 months. When we take a look at the activity index, a decrease is observed from February until April. This low value continued in May. There was a regular increase until October. This increase still continues. When we get to domestic market sales values, since they are parallel activities, the domestic market sales follows the activity index as a trend. Although activity and domestic sales indexes have continued to rise since May, the slope of the rise of the trust index is lower than the others. However, it has started to decline again since September. Index of expectations also moves in the line with the trust index. The upward slope is lower after May. However, it started to decline again after September. Between the June-September, it can even be said that the value of this index is constant. Investment expectations index continues to decline after the minimum value of some value in April with a low slope until October. The decrease in people's expectations from the future and professional life has an impact on this decline. When we look at the combined index, it is seen that very low value in April and May continues to increase regularly. When we come to October, it is understood that we are very close to the values in February. For concluding remarks and post-COVID-19 foresight, we can easily say that Turkey construction materials industry negatively affected from the pandemic. With the decrease in the number of COVID cases with the summer season, a recovery was seen in the building materials industry. The recovery that came with the summer season started to be lost again with the increasing number of cases and the seasonal effects with winter. For post-COVID, construction professionals await a recovery. However, the transformation of the construction industry has started to be discussed, reducing the amount of production in the construction site, transition to modular buildings using prefabricated products as much as possible on the construction site are among the discussed topics. I would like to thank to everybody for listening to me and thank the organizing committee for inviting me to this conference.